A decade of Delmarva life, and through the years we've had the pleasure of welcoming students of Mr. Walt Hetfield to the Mid-South Audio Stage, group after group after group. After all, he's been running his rock and roll summer camp for more than 2 decades now.
2 decades, and we are happy to have Mr. Walt Hetfield again with us in the historic studio. Standing on there, that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, I can't remember the last one I got. It's been a while.
It's good
for Walt Hetfield. Buddy Holly's gotten a couple.
Yeah.
Listen, you've been doing this for over 2 decades.
Yes.
And you've seen some talent come through, haven't you?
I certainly have. I have a number of former campers that are professional musicians right now.
Is that right?
Wow.
Yeah, some of my staffers actually are working, paying gigs. Probably the one who's done the best, his name is Zach Mayfield. I had him, and he's in a band called Oh Sleeper. It's a Christian screamo band. And I remember making a speech, this is back when I was a band teacher, about how your instrument can be your ticket around the world. Well, it really did turn out to be true for him. He's been to Europe, he's been to New Zealand, he's been to Australia, and he's still in the band, still playing.
Wow.
And that is a perfect example of how music can make an impact in someone's life. And you've seen that time and time again, haven't you?
I have, and it's different things. They learn teamwork, how to deal with things not always going the way you want them to go. Hard work, which we're going, like I was saying to you earlier, we're doing 3 gigs in 24 hours, including this. And having to deal with discomfort. Last night was in the 90s, and then when we cleared the stage, a sandstorm, and it was almost like a mini tornado blew through while they're watching the equipment.
Oh my goodness.
And right after you come off stage, you get that high of, like, the crowd was really into, a huge crowd at the Rusty Rudder for them. And then, then my staff is waiting there with my gear, and I'm trying to get to them in my car, and I'm watching the sand blow up the street. So
wow.
You go from one high to another, and then we get up early, and we're here in the afternoon.
And get going. How did you get started in music?
My grandparents were music teachers. 100 years ago, my grandfather played viola along with the silent movies, and he also taught he was a teacher at a deaf and blind school in Colorado Springs.
Really?
Yeah, and he's from Sweden. And my grandmother had a music studio in Colorado Springs. She was also owned the local newspaper there, which is still a newspaper there, the Gazette. And she was in her mid-20s, not married, which in the 1920s was unusual. She put an ad in the paper for a guitar teacher and violin teacher, and my grandfather showed up, and the rest is history. Music's been part of my family. I grew up in Plainfield, New Jersey, and there's a big musical tradition from there. Parliament Funkadelic all went to my high school. Bill Evans, the jazz piano player, and Fred and George Van Epps were also well-known players in music. They all came from that little area.
That's incredible. So, and you have been a music teacher at Cape Henlopen High School, so the teaching has...
Actually, not Cape Henlopen.
Cape Henlopen School District, sorry.
Right. Rehoboth Elementary School.
Yeah.
Almost 30 years there.
Wow.
I'm in my 29th year.
That's incredible.
Okay, so tell us about who we've got today.
Well, we have 2 groups. We have... The first group you're going to see is the Teenage Satellites. They're all people that went through the camp, and they're out actually playing gigs now. Some of them are still participating in the camp as counselors, some as campers. Then we have a group, I call them Mr. Hetfield's Rock and Roll Summer Camp. These are guys that they're put together just for this show.
Really?
Of staffers and campers, and we're going to do it. The camp this year has 24 kids. Logistically, because of just time and travel, we couldn't bring all 24 and their parents, and even though the studio's palatial, just the logistics work for these guys to come this morning.
Right.
All right. Well.
And actually this afternoon. This is what happens when you're a musician. You forget what time of day you're in.
Right? Absolutely.
Well, we want to thank you for all you do, the impact you've had on these students, and of course your dedication. Now, you heard Walt up next on Delmarva Live, we're rocking you into the weekend with a few of the students. And when we say rocking, we mean it.
We mean it. We'll be right back.
You are watching Delmarva Live and Rockers Rejoice. We have the Teenage Satellites on the Mid-South Audio Stage covering Paramore. Take it away.
I'm in the business of misery, the second from the top. She's got a body like an hourglass, it's ticking like a clock. It's a matter of time before you run out. When I thought he was mine, she got him by the mouth. Waited 8 long months, she finally set him free. Told him I couldn't lie, he was the only one for me. 2 weeks we caught on fire. She got for me, but I wear the biggest smile. Whoa, I never meant to brag, but I got him where I want him now. Whoa, it was never my intention to brag. Steal it all away from me now. But God, does it feel so good? Cause I got him where I want him now. And if you could, then you know you would. Cause God, it just feels so good. Second chances, they don't never matter. People never change, but you're nothing more. I'm sorry, that'll never change. About forgiveness, we're both supposed to have exchange. I'm sorry, honey, but I passed up. Now look this way. There's a million other girls who do it just like you. Being as innocent as possible to get to who they want what they like. It's easy if you do it right. Well, I refuse, I refuse, I refuse. Whoa, I never meant to brag, but I got him where I want him now. Whoa, it was never my intention to brag. To steal it all away from you now. But God, does it feel so good? Cause I got him where I want him now. And if you could, then you know you would. Cause God, it just feels so good. I've watched his water streams come true, not one of them involving you. Just watch my water streams come true, not one of them involving. Whoa, I never meant to brag, but I got him where I want him now. Whoa, it was never my intention to brag, to steal it all away from you now. But God, does it feel so good? Cause I got him where I want him now. And if you could, then you know you would. Cause God, it just feels so. It just feels so good.
First, we're rocking out again with members of Mr. Hetfield's Rock and Roll Summer Camp on the Mid-South Audio Stage.
A great weekend.
You'll take my love, but I'll take your soul. You'll fire your musket and I'll run you through. So when you're waiting for the next attack, you better run, there's no turning back. The bugle sound